Virgo, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for October. We're going to take a look at your overall general energy, what you may not see coming, and get some important advice from Spirit. I've been sitting with your energy this morning, and a lot came up. I think a lot of it has to do with the full moon. Perhaps you have felt a lot come up for you during this time, the last few days, and this week in particular. I will say, as someone who just passed the baton to you just a few short months ago from the south node of the moon in Libra to the south node of the moon in Virgo, I feel you. I understand what you're going through when it comes to releasing patterns, to honoring yourself, to expressing your wants and needs. It's been a beautiful journey this morning in particular. And you all, I felt your energy so strongly that it was like, I need to get in touch with the earth. You know, I need to sun gaze and put my feet on the wet grass and listen to the birds. And I think nature is a great healer, redeemer, holder of higher light codes. And if you're struggling with anything at this time watching this reading, I want you to go out and allow nature to soothe you, because nature, I think, is the one place that we can always access when we need to soothe our fears or soothe our nervous systems, because we're all being activated on a deep level through this process, this fire alchemy of this supermoon in Aries, and purifying a lot of our emotions from the past with this Mars and Scorpio energy. So just something I feel you all, you know, on a collective level tuning in. So I'm actually reading for you just hours from the full moon peak here on the East Coast. So I just want you to know that's influencing heavily the reading that I'm bringing to you today. And I rarely actually even read barefoot. And believe it or not, I'm normally wearing shoes. And today, Spirit's like, be barefoot, Jenna. So maybe that's something, as a metaphor for what you're moving through and walking through, because it reminds me of something I saw as a child. You know, my mom had this in the room as I was growing up, you know, the footprints in the sand. And just know that Spirit's always walking side by side with you. Whatever higher power you believe in, you are not alone on your journey. All right. So let's get started. Let's stop with the preamble, Jenna, and get into the energies that you can anticipate moving forward. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get straight into it. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Virgo. All right, let's see. What are the frequencies? What are the themes that Virgo is moving through in the month of October? I want to close my eyes. Just this might be a lot of inward introspection, a lot of self-reflection. This came out for the week. Protection. It's sometimes when we feel, and I'm thinking the first word that they showed me, when you look at an egg, it looks fragile, right? But there's new life in it. So you may feel like you're birthing new life at this time, maybe literally, or just you're in a new frequency, and you feel fragile in it. You're not quite accustomed to, you know, this new beginning that you're in. We have, you know that song, and I love this band, Beach House, Lapis Lazuli. That is like, hands down, I think top 10 song. Listen to that, because I'm hearing it right now. And it's like, it's a very like transformative like song that takes you on a journey. And I think that you've been on this journey. We have the serpent wrapping around this egg, where you're going through this deep renewal, rebirth, death, you know, rebirth type transformation. And whatever nest egg you're building, this could be, you know, your future plans, your future dreams, who you're trying to become. It's creation energy. And just know that at this juncture in October, whatever is being birthed, it's under fierce protection from Spirit. Again, footprints in the sand, walking side by side. Your higher self, your future self, is lovingly guiding you through this time, and you are being protected. Okay, I'm getting all that. I don't know if that's lapis lazuli, but I'm going to say it is. And y'all may need to chime in about what that represents. I'm not sure what that represents in the crystal kingdom. I want to say royalty. It's blue. It's also communication with others, communicating, receiving information clearly, communicating clearly. It could be something you've been working on or honing in on with this South Node and wounds around that. Now we have the Akashic Records, of course, coming in. I read something too today that the quantum leaps you make on the timeline you're on now can rewrite your past timelines. We're talking past lives. So just know that we have more power than we realize. So the work that you're doing, right, that's under fierce protection, this fragility, that maybe you feel is more of a breaking open, which I know what that feels like. For about a year and a half, I felt like, why do I keep getting punished by the universe? Like, why is this happening? It's not a punishment. It's a test. Grace under pressure. Diamonds are forged under pressure. And we reveal our beauty to ourselves through adversity, through the stress, right? But I think there's some gentleness that you're discovering in honoring your own specific energy and being a safeguard of that. This is when I'm almost seeing, oh, this is beautiful. They're giving me an image and they're replacing your higher self with you walking on the footprints, right, making in the sand, and your inner child, holding that little being's hand and just saying, you know what, I got you. I'm not going to abandon you. I love you. And that little child's like, thank you for honoring me. Oh God, this is going to be an emotional one. Virgo. Okay. Rein it in, Jenna. Rein it in. But I feel like this could be like a breaking open and a revelation for you in the month of October around your whole journey. If you want to see these. The halls of learning, right? The Akash. It's very powerful energy that you're working with here. Transformation, changing timelines, shifting the past, rewriting history. When we go quantum, it can really be mind-bending. So I won't go too deep down that rabbit hole. I knew this was going to come out today because when this first one turned around, I'm like, I bet you that's the card of illumination because it's actually the cover. And if you peer deeply into this, you're unlocking a key to a doorway of ascension for you at this time in October. It's powerful. It's probably one of the most, it's like when we go through these portals of growth and you're going through a powerful one in the month of October with this South Node. It's almost like a checkpoint for you around what you're shedding and what you're birthing at the same time. Golly. What's the numerology here? This is amazing. We have 8, 4, 4, and 11. Oh, wow. So you have a lot of help. 4, 4 is a master number. It's a synthesis of divine protection. So it's like if you are on a pathway of abundance, right? 8 is abundance. It's a high frequency of manifesting prosperity. You have a lot of help from the other side. All right. We're talking about through the veil, the non-physical realm, source energy, your higher self, the archangels, the ascended masters. Okay. Let's go into the tarot. Wow. They're saying pull the astro matrix. I feel like there's just a lot of divine astrological aspects happening to you at this time for the greater good of your soul's evolution. And I know it's hard to see that when we're mired in the emotion of it all. Yeah, don't hold on to anything. Let go, let go, let go. 4 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. You're calming your mind down. You're calming your mind down. Okay? Just keep moving. Just keep moving. What's the current energy, Spirit, for Virgo for October? The Sun! Another energy for the week. Enlightenment, source energy, and a big thing you need to hear right now. Everything's going to be okay, Virgo. Everything's going to be okay. I think a lot of happiness is underneath everything if you can access it. What's crossing you? This is the sweetest energy possible. I'm telling you, it is. It's you. It's almost like I'm seeing 2 people honoring their inner childs It could be you and whoever you've been working with here on your path of growth. It could be you and you. It could be you and a friend, you and a lover, you and a family member. But whatever this energy exchange is, it's sweet. Okay. Six of Cups. I mean, it truly is. It is a reflection of the past, but what does the past do? It makes us nostalgic. It makes us feel things. It's emotional. And you're showing me that you're happy because something is softening you. It's making you tender to self. And that's what it's for. Whatever you've been dealing with, the fragility, right, of this abundance that's being under real divine protection. I'm getting this gorgeous, like, self-love, honoring of your past, honoring of your inner child, honoring of your childhood, seeing the beauty of it all. Because this is children. Some of you are reparenting yourselves. Some of you have beautiful relationships with your children at this time. And this is seeing the world through the eyes of a child. Deep creative imagination, being inspired, right? Maybe even being drawn more to the outdoors like I was today. All right. What's the overall general energy for the month? The Hangman. Oh, I love it. This is uncomfortable. You know what? It's like sandpaper, right? Sometimes we need a little bit of friction. And what is it's like, why do we exfoliate the skin? It's the largest organ in the body, to cleanse and purify. So I feel like, this heavy Piscean energy that the Hangman represents has to do with spiritual surrender. Even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. Enlightenment gained on the Bodhi tree here. Soon, he's going to cut himself loose, right? He's put himself here. Did you know that? No one made him do it. He decided to. So whatever has been your assignment and your growth, it's actually really helping you heal on a very deep level and soften on a very deep level to yourself. See, a lot of people, it's like, oh, I just need to forgive or I need to let go. Everything's a mirror. And so I think you're going, oh, wow, okay. I'm really starting to understand that this is, because that's the South Node too, right? It's how the past affects how you show up in the present. And it's your moon energy. It's the depths of like everything you've lived through. So this is beautiful, beautiful, higher perspective. It's also a card of being more patient. And that might be something you're learning through Libra season is patience and allowing things, right? Because he's just hanging out and he's letting things pass him by. And it's uncomfortable. It's like, are you willing? I didn't know if I was going to bring this up, and I will talk about it once I clarify, because it did come up in a social media post that I saw, and I wrote some notes because I think it's something you're learning right now. Page of Swords. And as I say that, we have the card of the student. This is about communication. Your opportunity is to be the student of information, of what you're learning about in your growth towards softening and surrender. It's beautiful. It's going to be a great month, Virgo, because I feel like we're already kind of knee deep in it. And something I have been finding with earth signs, for some reason, I'm kind of like waiting till the month kind of begins and some major astrological things are happening, because it's like you're the grounding force energy of the entire collective. Your earth energy, all you earth signs. If you're like, why does Jen always do us last? Because you're grounding everyone. And I'm checking in with you after we get a little bit into each time period that I'm reading for, because you're the ones that are holding you're the anchor. And that's a symbol of your life blueprint. It's like, why do I got to be the anchor for, like, in my partnership, in my family? You know what I mean? The anchor, that's the one that's, because what does anchor do? It stabilizes everything around it, right? It's the safe harbor. You might be that person where you've been everyone's safe harbor, over giving, overthinking, and now it's like, it's now time for me to balance, right? To be the safe harbor for self. Oh, it's a deep, deep healing month for you. The challenge, there you are. The challenge is really leaning into your hermit energy. The hermit, this is the mystic. This is seeing the shadow, illuminating, right? Turn on the light switch. There's a light switch going on in your psyche. You're investigating. I love it, Virgo. You guys are we Scorpios get the rep for being the detectives, but you are like that the Sherlock that doesn't need to front, right? Like you already know. You don't even need to talk about it, right? Because you can just keep quiet. Like this is silence, right? The silence that actually reveals everything. And that's what I want to bring it up now because it's coming up. I read about this, and you might want to do a little deep dive in your Virgo-ness around this. Jung called it transcendent function, all right? Carl Jung. It's when you're stuck between two choices and you don't pick a choice yet. You know, this is when we're stuck between a rock and a hard place. This was by Earth Fairy Holistics too, if you want to watch her reel. And it's when you consciously hold two options. We're so quick, right, to like want to pick. And if you allow like the discomfort, a third option will emerge. That will be a symbol, a dream. It could be an option you didn't see before because you're hangman energy this month. If you, it's not indecision, she wanted to point out. This creates active tension for synthesis to occur. So you pause the rush to pick a side and you watch what emerges. It's called transcendent function. It's a synthesis of both sides. And when a third option emerges. And I see here that you're using this information of pause to really be more conscious, holding space for your inner being. It's a challenge because you're so quick to be of service. You're so quick to, what do I need? What do I need to give to you? What do they need? What does this need? And I think you're starting to reflect back on, wait, let me check in first with myself. So anyway, transcendent function. This is about being worn out by a pattern, a wound, a person, place, or thing. 9 of Wands. This is also burnout, maybe just push. And a need to just, because children, what do? They're playful, they're happy. So whatever's coming up this month for you to move through, it's requiring patience, pausing, looking at this transcendent function that I will call the third way, the middle path, being the student, right, of self. And tending to how your fire is getting depleted. Because that's the 9 of Wands. It's like, but there's a lot of growth in that. As you can see, all these shoots, he's had a lot of battles, right? You could see, and Wand energy is our spiritual fire, where it's like, Spirit's saying, reframe the 9 of Wands. It's not a battle. It's the pause. It's the, how many times have you had a lesson in surrender and learning from it? This is like a turning point month for you, Virgo, and the way you respond to life. 7 of Wands. Defensiveness, the stress that comes from that, and changing how you invest and where your mind takes you. The function of the mind is there for problem solving. It's there for logic, but it can stop the flow of emotion. You're saying here, oh, so much emotion, Jenna. And then you take it to the mind. You take it to the spiritual fire depletion. You take it to stress and anxiety. And Spirit's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to invest in? It's like you're given a lifeline around dropping any kind of fear. Response. Knee jerk. It has to do with holding a pause. Some of you, it's a boundary. Others of you, it's simply and merely a pause. They want me to leave that there because we have the Devil, the Ace of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 7 of Wands. All right. Let's now, before we clarify, go into Spirit Daughter. What are you manifesting this month? What is the manifestation declaration? What are the declarations that you need that will assist you on your path? Feel. That's why you started out with the Sun. You already know how. Just feel it. And some of you are like, why am I crying? That's a South Node in Virgo, my dears. Feel. I am safe. I am protected. I am loved. Feel your feels. And we have the stability and security that can come from building that foundation of just pausing and resting and allowing your emotions to flow. Don't take things up to the mind. You won't be able to feel. So your mantra is, I am safe. I am protected. I am loved beyond measure by source, by the light, power of love. Love radiates from me into the world. I feel like you're practicing self-love at an octave that is breaking down inner walls. And I think you have the power to actually help open up other people in ways that might astound you this month. Make a choice. Interesting how I talked about 2 choices. And it doesn't have to be between 2 people. When it comes to the power of making a choice, it could be, do I hold a boundary or do I forgive? All right. Is that one really rang true for me? Do I hold a boundary? Do I forgive? Because you're holding boundary here and there's stress. Every choice from my intuition is the right one. And here you are. The challenge is, are you listening to your intuition? Are you giving yourself enough of a pause to listen? But you have the power of love with you, by your side, radiating from you out into the world. I feel like the more you tap into your emotions, the more you're actually helping. Some of you are really doing deep work of helping other people heal with your communication. You could be doing this for other people. If this is not resonating, like you're going through this trial by fire, this could be you actually being, working with your light worker energy and helping other people, Virgo, because that's part of your being in service to the collective, is helping other people heal so they can access the emotions that make them uncomfortable, because you're showing them how. Let's look at the Hanged One. The Hanged One. Why is the Hanged Man here for the energy of the month? That does not want to come up. The King of Swords. Okay? This is speaking, communicating clearly. This could be new ideas. This is the hanging on the Bodhi tree, the discomfort, right? The pausing and watching things go by. This is the energy that you could be contemplating, because there's a lot of self-reflection and contemplating going on this month for you with these forces that you have. Now we have the Moon, of course. South Node in Virgo, alive and well. Oh, man. Cutting to the truth, right? Oh, Lordy. Taking action. Oh, wow. Virgo, you are showing the collective how it's done in the new earth. Oh, my. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Moon. And we have the King of Swords. I think you're going to get a lot of opportunities this month to show people how deep your love actually flows. It's beautiful. This is like making me want to just, like waterworks, but not in a like boo-hoo, but in a like, I am moved. I am moved, I am verklempt, I'm getting that Wayne's skit from SNL where that's a funny one. And that's, I think too, this reminds me of that movie, Steel Magnolias. Remember when they're crying over the loss of something and then they make each other laugh. It's like, I think you have the ability to take deep emotions that people may be feeling and crack a joke. And like, it just like bringing humor to the brevity or gravity of a heavy situation is a gift of yours. And I think that you could be doing that. I'm getting that too, like that it transforms lives. It transforms people. It feeling validated, heard, and seen. I feel like that's a big part of your work here, because the Moon reveals, right, the truth of an awakened heart. And you're going deep into your subconscious and you're hanging out there and you're finding a lot of gems. And this could be on practical terms. You could be dealing someone with heavy Cancer. Cancer is still, it's past energy. I don't know why I'm getting that. Some of you have heavy Cancer energy in your chart or around people in your life. I don't know why, but I'm getting some of you have really strong Cancer placements. Or you might be dealing with someone with heavy Cancer or heavy water. Feelings. A lot of feelings coming through through the surface here that you're examining and surrendering to. And there's so much communication around feelings this month between you and other people. I think it's more than just one person. It's like you're just like I'm getting Care Bear energy. Just they keep showing. I see images, and I feel the energy, and I feel like there's a lot of emotion coming through you, and you're almost like Virgo Care Bear activation, right? Open your heart and see what happens, and you're like, whoa, whoa. Page of Swords. Let's look at that for the opportunity. I knew it. Wow. Holy crap. Virgo. We have the Four of Swords, the Emperor, and the Two of Cups over the Page of Swords. So your opportunity this month is to... You have someone in your life, I think, that you really, really cherish. This is a humbling energy. This could be a divine masculine around you, someone that you perceive as someone who holds a lot of power in your life or a lot of like admiration. I'm getting somebody, either you're in this role or you have someone in your life in this role. This could be healing. Also, you're divine masculine, okay? Unlearning and growing through that. This is about how you lead, how you work. This is doing what you love in your career. This could be a partnership between you and another and taking action from a healing place in the way you communicate, from a sweet, soft surrender. I'm seeing all kinds of energies here. It's almost like when I see energies, it's like literally like an egg opening up and like all of this energy coming out. And for you this month, it's leadership, it's higher love, higher wisdom, higher truth, feeling your emotions, learning from the exchange of it all between you and you and your seat of power. I think you're having a tremendously empowering month ahead, or you could already be navigating that. The more you surrender to the flow and you communicate from the heart, you're going to be healing. And that in itself, I think a lot of you, you're connecting with people from a heart-centered place, exchanging your cups, right, of heart information, right? Heart energy. And there's power there. You have healing power. The healing power of love is what this is. That's the healing power of love. Oh, I cut my nails before this. I'm having a hard time picking these up. The healing power of love. And you're learning about that. You're learning about the healing power of love in your work, in your past, right? Love heals all. And that's what this feels like for you in the month of October. Love heals all. It's that simple. Let's look at your Hermit energy. These three want to come out. Okay, now we see what's been a bit of a struggle, okay? It has been. You're trying to free yourself and ground your energy, and it's hard sometimes, okay? Again, the healing power of love. Remember that no matter what you're moving through, keep that front and center in your awareness. This is showing me that the healing power of love is working through me, even though it's uncomfortable. The healing power of love. There needs to be a song. Yeah, I'm getting that song, What is Love? Baby, don't hurt me. There could be like worries, and that you could be trying to slay those worries, okay? Because you do have a really happy, heart-centered exchange of energy here. And I think your challenge is to be careful with how you communicate your needs. And I think someone's trying to be careful too with how they communicate their needs. This is a transitionary energy. Your challenge is you're moving from one frequency to another through the pathway of surrender, through the pathway of the healing power of love. And you're grounded. This is you in your own frequency, okay? Cutting yourself free from maybe the way you repress, suppress, hold back from not always seeing the bigger picture, getting mired down sometimes. This is a huge energy of letting the past go. Because that's what the South Node and the Moon does. It's like, revisiting, right? I always call it like the ghost of Christmas past, when, in the movie where you're being taken through, all, like you could be doing reviews around your exes and the themes, you could be doing reviews around family dynamics that keep playing over on repeat. This now South Node teaches us about our subconscious programming and our limited beliefs, and it transforms them. And a lot of you, it's around Your work, a lot of you Virgos, is around transforming how you lead your life and from a place of true empowerment and not holding back from your own power. All right? You have so much power. Don't hold back from it. Okay? That's what you're learning. And the resources and the commitment, right, to building something long term and going for it. It's like, don't hold back from your dreams, right? Even when you're tired and it gets hard, you have the stamina and the endurance. Let's look at the Nine of Wands. What a lovely energy. I feel like we're taking a walk through the woods and we're having a nice conversation today. And you're being gentle with me and I'm being gentle with you. Be gentle with yourself in life in October, okay? It will help you tremendously because I know I just had 2 years of this myself. 6 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 9 of Wands, double 9 of Wands. So this is being mirrored. This is when, you know, you're feeling your wounds and someone else is, I'm feeling my wounds. And then you start getting defensive and then you're just like, blah, 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 blah. And then you're like, okay, let's unpack this. We don't want to keep doing the, you know, changing. I liken it to having like, you sit and stew about something and then you bring it to the other person and they sit and stew about it. And then, you know, this is about that, like I said, that third path, right? Of not always having to fix a problem immediately and just letting the dust settle. And that's what you're doing. You're letting the dust settle and then you rebuild. Letting the dust settle. That's where you're heading. You're looking at the way you take charge and lead in your healing work, in connection, and learning deeply about that. And what it takes for you is the challenges. Check in, pause, ground, right? Don't hold back. You don't shrink, right? We don't do that. But we come to a calm place. This is like powerful emotional regulation because I want to build you the tools to help you through this month, right? Because I'm seeing you have opportunity to really like get to the truth. Stand in your truth, speak your truth, take charge. And I think you're moving toward a more holy, integrated self. 3 of Pentacles to me is always when in our earthly energetic frequency of I am whole, body, mind, and spirit. And I'm moving through the world from that place. It could also be your community and moving into a calm, centered place with more co-creative, community-minded energies, helping to support you. This is when you're like, okay, I need to do more work and I'm going to do XYZ. This means I either need to be researching for my next phase, my next project in my work, or I need to be doing work on my health and I'm going to be, getting, going online and learning about diet, nutrition, or getting a personal trainer, or I need to really work on my own healing, right? Around, maybe I need to go back into therapy, or I need to go into needing a mentor for my business. It's like 3 of Pentacles is always the teamwork, the connections that help you, lift you, right? So you don't have to do it alone. So I feel like whatever you've been contending with this month, you're moving forward, maybe getting more support, right? So you can actually fortify the energy shifting that you're going through and support that growth. Because that's what I see, so much growth. But getting support in that growth, right? Not being around energies that drain you, being around energies that support you, Virgo. Support your leadership. It's like you're ready to jump into a stronger role. A lot of you, it's in a career or in love where you're really coming from an empowered place, not giving away your power, not automatically surrendering it, right? Through your selfless acts of service. This is pulling back your energy and like allowing things to flow, not forcing, not controlling. This is the Tao of flow, is the Hanged One. All right, now 7 of Wands, 9 of Swords. Yeah. You see how we have the King of Swords over here in your, let me pick this up. This is clarifying next to the moon with the Hanged One. Over here we have the Queen of Swords. We have a match. This is, I think, too, letting go of control. Because I always think of Emperor as like in control, right? The Emperor's the leader, right? People are modeling their behavior. They're like, you make the decision, right? You're in charge. I think there's healing work going on around that. You know, putting someone else in charge, or you having fear of really stepping into that role. We have the Five of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and we're in Libra season. So the Queen of Swords holds the sword of truth. Not only are you being divinely guided and protected through these challenges, right? Which Five of Wands is like, oh, it's friction, tension. Sometimes we need that sacred tension to find the third way, right? The synthesis of A plus B equals C, an option you didn't see. So I feel like whenever this defensiveness, I feel like you're going through a cycle, a pattern, and you're clearing it up, and you have a tendency to go to worst case scenario. Nine of Swords is deep stress and anxiety, and it could be a knee jerk. It's nervous system dysregulation and the defensiveness that comes from that. And I feel like you're working on this pattern with another person this month. And it's challenging. Five of Wands, it's challenging, but you're getting to the truth and the heart of it. And then once you have clarity and awareness, then you can move from that place. So I feel like this is a deeply transformative month in connection, because you're showing me here that you're very happy with something from the past, right? But you're learning to see things from both perspectives, which is bringing a third perspective for both of you to heal, to grow, to mature in connection beyond the push-pull drama of a dysregulated nervous system. Because there could be one person in this, you know, fleeing, one person clinging. And this is like, okay, we both have a right to respond the way we are, but let's change it. Because this is definitely about a connection and the way you exchange information. This could be between you and a friend, like I said, you and a family member, or you and I'll just say you and a loved one. And this is our work, and you're doing it beautifully. Let me get some advice. The South Node of the Moon is going to put you through your paces. It's basically a way to really elevate. I see it as an opportunity for you to release an old version of yourself in such a beautiful way that you become an empowered sovereign being as a result. The world. Yep, you're wrapping up a tremendous cycle of growth where now you're moving into your own energy of personal fulfillment. Nine of Cups, the world. I love this. The Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. You're healing abandonment. You're healing victimhood. You're healing scarcity. You're healing loss. You're healing lack. You're healing grief. You're healing. Healing, healing, healing. This is this is a quantum leap this month. Timelines collapsing of you looking at your Akash, rewriting, right? Your timeline. So I'm getting goosebumps. So you can actually graduate. This is when you're like, oh, what have I been learning this whole time? You're doing tremendous work. Okay. I just want you to know that you are on the path of deep, deep healing, old wounds, childhood wounds, inner heal. You know, this is incredible. All I got to say is just keep going. All right. Don't give up on the work you're doing, because you're walking through a threshold, an energetic threshold where you are now releasing old fears, old wounds, old behaviors, old patterns, right? That have got you this far. Survival to peace, survival to peace. That's what I'm hearing, from survival to peace. Okay? Because this is peace and this is contentment. Some of you are actually coming out of scarcity mindset financially. All right. And you're doing something really bold and you're like, oh, I'm seeing results. And I'm coming out of this like, I've got to be in survival mode all the time. And some of you, this is around love and around making your voice heard, and a fear of persecution, fear of not being validated, fear of being hurt, fear of not being understood. You're learning how to communicate your needs better, and I love it. Okay, it takes practice, but you're doing it. It's been a very deep, I feel like it's been a very like therapeutic reading for you today. Very enlightening. Let's look at the angel guide that's going to be with you. Sacred plan. A lot of people are getting this, and your guardian angel. Your guardian angel's with you at all times, helping you, monitoring you, helping you with your Akash. You communicate with your guardian angel at night. You travel to the Akashic realms. You travel to the hidden realms, higher realms, and you learn and you grow. This is your part of your soul's education in this lifetime. There is a sacred plan unfolding. Okay? Let's now read Sacred Plan. This card doesn't represent the plan that God or source or spirit has for your life. More the plan that comes to fruition based on your intentions and your highest good. You've been given the incredible gift of free will, and therefore your thoughts, deeds, actions, and intentions are in some way going out into the universe. And that's funny how I said that, going out into the universe and curating the experiences, opportunities, and energies that are flowing in and out of your life. When this card appears, you're being encouraged to move into a state of surrender, which you are, where you recognize that yes, your intentions have an impact on the creation of your life, but how those intentions unfold is not down to you, but in the hands of God, source, spirit. The divine plan is your intentions unfolding in a way that God, source, spirit, the universe feels is for your growth and highest good. Know that every experience you've been through in your life has been a waymarker on your journey towards growth and expansion, and your angels are acknowledging your growth now. If you're trying to force a plan into action, the angelic guidance is to back down and trust in the greater good. Wait for the third energy to emerge. Often when something isn't happening for us, we're frustrated, but that's only because we don't see that our perfect plan is unfolding. And that's in quotes, perfect plan. When your ideas or plans go wrong, trust that the universe has a greater plan for you. And that greater plan isn't something that has already been chosen for you. It's more of a culmination of all your life's intentions, prayers, and actions, washing back towards you with opportunities and experiences. Call on your angels to light up the path ahead. You may feel that you are facing the unknown, but know that you are always guided and protected. See, we started out with that. Now we're ending with that. I love that. Beautiful bookends to a very transformative month for you ahead around wounding, around self-love, around empowerment, around leadership, and around communicating, right? And finding clarity when challenges arise, delays, setbacks in communications arise. And it's teaching you so much about your own growth. You're taking a quantum leap this month in stepping out of a pattern. And it's powerful. Take care. Namaste.